welcome. It is 9 a.m. on Wednesday, March 25th, 2026. We will call to order this meeting of the Nevada Commission for the Reconstruction of the V&T Railway. And thank you for being here. Abriana, would you take us through a roll call and determination of quorum?
Chair Mitchell,
I'm here.
Vice Chair Peterson, Treasurer Cruz,
Present.
Secretary Hicks.
Here.
A quorum is present.
Thank you kindly. We'll move on to item number 3, which is the Pledge of Allegiance. Those of you who'd like to join me, please do so. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Only been saying that for a few years. Almost got it right. All right, we'll move on to item number 4, which is public comment. The public is invited at this time to comment on and discuss any topic that is relevant to or within the authority of this public body. Public comment will be taken at the beginning of the agenda and before any action that is taken, and again at the end. And comment may be limited to 3 minutes per person or topic at the discretion of the chair in order to facilitate the meeting. Is there any public comment at this time, either in the room or online? All right, hearing none, we'll move on to item number 5, which is approval of the minutes for our February 25th, 2026 meeting. Commission, any comments or questions about the minutes? Hearing none, any public comment on our minutes from the February 25th meeting? All right, hearing none, I'd entertain a motion for approval.
I move to approve the minutes of the February 25th, 2026 meeting.
Very good. We have a motion from Stephanie. Do we have a second?
I second.
Excellent. Any final comment? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you kindly. We'll move on to item number 26, which is discussion and possible action regarding the V&T Commission Statement of Accounts Payable, checks paid January 1st through 31st, 2026. Treasurer Cruz, do you have any other information to add on this item?
I do not, unless there are any questions.
Very good. Any questions from the commission?
Mr. Chair, just briefly.
Yes, sir.
You stated on the record item 26, if you could clarify that this is item number 6 on the agenda.
What it
Stated
is?
number 26.
Oh, my apologies. Item number 6. We just jumped to an imaginary item. Yes, to clarify for the record, we are on item number 6 on the agenda. Thank you. Any public comment on item number 6? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion for approval.
Yes, I move to approve the payable checks paid January 1st through 31st, 2026 as presented.
Very good. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I second.
Excellent. Motion and a second. Any final comments? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Thank
Sorry,
you.
my dogs are going crazy.
All good. All good. Motion passes unanimously. We'll move on to item number 7, and I just want to make a note here on this item, which is discussion and possible action regarding the adjusted V&T Commission's fiscal year 25-26 budget reports. There is a typo in the description. It is for the period ending January of 2026. And just to confirm with Mr. Burr that this does not cause us any sort of legal heartburn.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. That is correct. The error that's in the agenda title, we would mark purely as a scrivener's error that doesn't really have an impact on the nature of the item itself. When read with the rest of the agenda title, the date that is listed is not even included in the listed fiscal year, and read in conjunction with the staff summary would create a nonsensical result. So I don't believe that any member of the public reading the agenda would see that as any more than just a pure typo. So we should be purely ready to go forward today.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Treasurer Cruz, do you have anything to add to this item?
I do not.
Very good. Any questions from the board or comments? All right, hearing none. Public comment. Hearing none, we'll entertain a motion.
I move to approve the budget report as presented.
Very good. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I second.
Great. Motion and a second. Any final discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. We will move on to item number 8. This is for discussion and possible action regarding approval from the V&T Commission to allocate a not to exceed amount of $100,000 from the Story County Rail Fund for acquisition of a historic structures report for the VC Freight Depot project. Jennifer, would you like to give us some details on this one?
Yes, good morning, Jennifer McCain for the record. If you recall, last year we requested $1.9 million to work on the Freight Depot roof. However, through this year, it's come to light that that's possibly not the right project to start with. So in order for us to move forward and create a plan that does work for the historic building, we would like to obtain a historic structures report and get from a professional, get a detailed list and outline how projects should proceed. So
Very
I
good.
guess it's important to note we did not spend the $1.9 million this year, nor do we intend to.
Very good. Thank you so much. Questions or comments from the commission? And just as a reminder, and this is laid out in the staff summary, but the process that we are following appears to mirror what was laid out in the NRS that created the commission, and that is that even though the funds are collected by and held by the county, there needs to be sign off from both the commission and the county to use those funds for rail-related projects, whether they're initiated on our side or initiated on the county side. And we are asked to outline those projects and then allocate them to the particular jurisdiction in conjunction with our budget process each year. So that's what we're following. All right, hearing no questions from the commission, unless Stephanie, do you have anything?
I was just going to ask for clarification. So then, because last year was the first time that we did this, if an amount is not spent in a given year that it's allocated for, then it reverts back and we have to ask for that money again?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, we're feeling our way along to some extent, but so in an upcoming item, that's kind of the case of what happened. If the money's not spent, the money's not spent, and the requirement, as I read it in the NRS, is for us to identify a list of capital projects, allocate them between the jurisdictions as part of that annual budgeting process. And so out of an abundance of caution, we have agendized an item on our side to do the exact same thing, even though it's a little different than the county, because the county is changing their focus from one project to another. We are renewing that request because the project has rolled into the next year. And so
Okay.
that's the way we're approaching it, is year by year, whether the money is spent or not. If there's something we anticipate happening in the upcoming year, that's something that we should get approval on both
Okay.
sides.
So the 1.9 million wouldn't roll forward. It's not rolled forward, sitting there waiting for them. This $100,000 would be instead of, and then when those tasks are identified, they'd come back and ask for that money again.
That's my understanding, and certainly would open it up if others have a different understanding. Yeah, so as far as I understand it, we'll take it on a year-by-year basis, and
Great.
Just because the approval happened doesn't necessarily
Sure.
mean that it's a standing approval.
I like that. Okay, great.
Yep. Very good. Any other discussion from the commission? We had any public comment on this item? All right, hearing none, I would entertain a motion for approval.
I move to approve the allocation of rail funds to Story County as discussed.
Very good. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I second.
Excellent. Any final conversation around this item? Hearing none, we'll call for the question. All those in favor of the motion, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jennifer. I'll move on to item number 9, which is for discussion and possible action regarding the proposed V&T Railway fiscal year 2027 tentative budget. Sherry, do you want to give us kind of a high-level overview of what we've got going on here? Are you live? Sorry. Thank you kindly.
Sherry Bailey. Sherry Bailey for the record. We, as far as revenue is concerned, we did raise some of the revenue, particularly the cap ticket sales. We estimated a little bit more due to expanding our Father's Day weekend to more mirror the Mother's Day event, as well as the Toast of the Canyon. We do have one extra day of Polar Express, so that raised our income as well. We are anticipating approximately $32,000 in the interest-bearing account, assuming a 4% return on the money of $800,000. What other significant in the revenue is also including the Gold Hill property sale to Story County. Let's see. We did, outside of last year, we did increase our advertising budget, and 10% of that, $10,000 of that is to create new collateral that our advertising and marketing people have been clamoring for. So that will refresh some of our marketing efforts. And I think that was about the only significant changes from year to year. Is there any questions, anything you want me to point out?
Any specific questions from the commission?
We did also allocate a little bit more money for the depot for some of the upgrades that have been discussed regarding the small building and possibly looking into better handicap access at the depot.
Great. I'll point out just one thing, and again, we have an upcoming budget item to reallocate this, and this has to do with capital projects. Last year, we requested a little bit larger amount. We did not undertake either of the projects. One had to do with some drainage improvements, and it was a little amorphous. The other one was the largest amount, and that was for stabilizing the Overman embankment. And so we have an item to consider renewing the request for rail funds for the Overman embankment piece. We did not roll forward the other request as that seemed to be the highest priority, and our capacity is somewhat limited to take on multiple projects in a year. And so just to point that out, that I think last year our request was a couple $100,000, but somewhere in the range of a couple $100,000 more. And so we'll be making, assuming we approve that item, we'll be making a little bit smaller request in that regard. But that is kind of a direct pass through because it's money coming in, money going out. And so, great. Any other questions, discussion around the budget? All right, hearing none. Is there any, well, and I will just summarize by saying when it's all said and done, I think we ended up with, in assuming our budget projections are correct, we ended up in the black, not counting any intangibles, depreciation and what have you, about $14,000, give or take.
Correct.
If we stick to this budget as it's written. So, all right. Any public comment in regards to the budget? And just as a reminder, this would be an approval of our preliminary budget for submittal, and then we would work through the process to get towards a final budget for the end of May. That's typically our time frame on that, if I remember correctly. Very good, thank you. All right, hearing none, I'll be happy to entertain a motion for approval.
I'm happy to provide that. I move to approve the proposed fiscal year 2027 tentative budget as discussed.
Very good. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I second.
Excellent. Motion and a second. Any final discussion on this item? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion passes unanimously. Yahoo, we're in business another year. All right. Very good. Thank you. We'll move on to item number 10, which is for discussion and possible action regarding a request for the V&T Railway Commission to the Story County Board of Commissioners to reallocate an amount to not to exceed $650,000 of unexpended funds for fiscal year 2026 to fiscal year 2027 from the V&T Rail Fund, which is collected and maintained by Story County, to the commission for track improvement projects. I'm happy to pick this one up and just summarize it, unless Sherry, you really want to.
No, Chairman, thank you. I'm trying to find Chris Freder.
Very good, no problem. So as I mentioned briefly, one of our top priorities from a capital improvements perspective is stabilization of the berm across the old Overman pit, and we did not move that project forward in this last year. We did make some progress, tentative progress towards looking at engineering services and having those on a regular basis, and finding and sharing documents that may have been prepared for this project in the past. And so it's moved forward a bit, but not a lot. And so we are asking to roll that forward. And as a reminder, the way that we're set up, each of the participating jurisdictions is given the opportunity to create revenue sources through a variety of means. And then for capital improvement projects like this, we are asked to annually include a list of projects with our budget, allocate them, and then get approvals or sign off from the local jurisdiction where it properly should be assigned. So being that that the Overman sits fully in Story County, the thought is to ask for or get approval for rail tax funds from Story County to cover that, and hence we're requesting to roll that project over into the new year. So any questions or comments about this item from the commission? Hearing none, any public comment on this item? All right, hearing none, we'll entertain a motion for approval.
I move to approve the request to the Story County Board of Commissioners as discussed.
Very good. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Excellent. Motion and a second. Any last minute conversation? Hearing none. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion passes unanimously. Well, that's a lot of business in a short time. Do we need to take a recess? No, I'm just kidding. We might set a record here.
Chairman,
Yes.
Mr. Freder is on his way. Do we want to move ahead to either Maria or myself? I think.
Sure, we can
Chris
absolutely
is
do
the
that.
last.
So we will we'll table item 11 for now, and we'll move on to item number 12, which is our monthly non-action items. And we will, let's see. Maria, do you have a report that you'd like to give us today?
Hi there, this is Maria from Lemon Media. First of all, I want to share quick updates of some of the marketing initiatives we're currently working on. First, for Media Day, I just want to confirm if we're moving forward with it. The initial idea is to make something similar that we make for the Polar Express, where we host at the ride, especially for media. Sherry had suggested Saturday, May 17th for the diesel train, or Saturday, May 24th for the steam train as potential dates. So I just want to confirm if we're moving forward with this initiative, and if so, which of those days you will prefer.
Great, thank you. This is not something that we're able to make a decision on as a commission, but I have a feeling that's something that maybe can be discussed internally with Sherry, and we can make a final decision so that you can move forward with that.
Okay. And yes, related to the Spring Family Ticket giveaway, everything is ready to go. We're just waiting for some suggestions that you, Clay, had mentioned. If you can send us that, please, so we can continue and start with that campaign.
Absolutely, thank you. My apologies for the delay on getting those over.
Yeah, don't worry. Also, I just want to check, is there a way to convert the Google form from that spring giveaway into something directly on the website?
I'm sorry.
Maria, I can get together with you on that as well.
Okay, thank you. Also, I want to say that on influencer outreach, we have started reaching out the local creators, so I'll keep you posted of that progresses. And lastly, for ads, we're planning to launch general season campaigns focused on some of the lowest weekend we have identified. I just want to confirm that we're going to move forward with a 400 per month budget.
Yes.
That sounds fine. Thank you.
Okay. Well, that's everything we have to say.
Fantastic. Thank you. And just as a point of reference, as we move into the new fiscal year, we might have extra budget available depending on how that lands. So I think we're looking at potentially having a larger advertising budget, but we'll talk about that as it gets closer. That would be from July moving onwards.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for that report. Any questions or comments from the commission for Maria? Very good. Thank you again. We will move on to our executive assistant update from Sherry Bailey.
Good morning. I will start off by stepping in. Melissa is out of town this weekend, but she did want me to share with you the billboard artwork. Let me get it up here because I can only do one at a time. Yep. Okay. So, of course, this is the one that will run through Mother's Day. Lamar graciously, with some of our assets, created this one. And come on. And then this will be the one that will run through the rest of the season. You'll probably see them around town. Let's see. General season ticket sales went off without a hitch on May 16th, and we're about par from
Was that March 16th?
March 16th. Is that? Sorry about that.
It's all right. We were in Mother's Day mode.
Yes.
So May.
We're on par with what we were doing last year. And even the Father's Day, even though that's a new event for us, has had some good sales, and Mother's Day as well. Working on some signage for the depot, road signage. I'm working with Carson City, getting some input from them, and working on some the rack cards for this year, but that's in process.
Very good. Thank you very much. Any questions or comments for Sherry? All right, hearing none, it appears that, well, we can go ahead and talk about our upcoming meeting, I guess. We are shooting for, due to some conflicts, we're shooting for our next commission meeting to be held on Wednesday, April 15th, tentatively at 1 p.m. And so if people want to put that onto their calendars, we're getting final sign-offs from everybody, but it looks like that's the direction that we're headed at this point. With that in mind, should we take a short recess as we're waiting for Mr. Freder to arrive? So we will take a, I don't know, let's take at this point, a 5-minute recess, and we'll check back in just after 9:30 to see if we're ready to go. Call this meeting back to order from recess. The time is 9:31, exactly 5 minutes. I don't know what I'm doing. I normally run on Comstock time, but doing things on time is a new experience for me. So we will pick back up with item number 11, which is discussion and possible action regarding contract FY 26-COO2 with Chris Fretter, DBA Battleborn Rail, for track maintenance services over a period of 5 years for an annual amount of $128,972.50. Good thing we got the 50 cents in there. Yep. And resulting in a total not to exceed amount of $644,862.50. And then secondly, to consider authorizing the V&T Commission Chair to execute the contract. Sherry, do you want to give us just a little background on where we are with the contract?
Certainly. As we know, Chris Fretter took over Gabe Williman's contract last year. As that contract expired, we're asking Chris to stay on with us for another 5 years. I think that's about it. He did raise his rates a little bit, but as everybody else has, it's necessary evil.
Absolutely. Very good. Chris, do you want to chime in at all about what we're looking at here with the contract?
Chris Fretter, Battleborn Rail. Yeah, there's just been a lot more maintenance going on. We're making really good headway. Like even when talking with Tom, we're starting to get all the safety concerns and all the ditches under control. Now we're more working on some of the comfort and the wear on the train by like joints and stuff like that. The reason of me upping it a little bit is because of that new rock quarry that went in. They're only running 11 trucks right now a day. And every time we go up there, we have to, that crossing needs attention. And they're going to be running 50 to 60 trucks an hour. So I know that I'm going to have one guy constantly on that crossing. So, but other than that, no, it's just same stuff, yearly maintenance, stuff like that.
Excellent. Thank you. Questions or comments from the commission?
I just want to say thanks for all that you've done for us and for, being willing to continue on this adventure with us for another 5 years. I think a lot of great things have happened and look forward to the next 5. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Absolutely. Great. Further comments or questions? All right, hearing none, we'll open up for public comment. Any public comment on item number 11, the contract with Battleborn Rail? Slow down, please, slow down. Everyone, for one line, we'll get you all in. We've got time for everyone.
We want Chris.
All right, very good. Hearing none, we'll entertain a motion for approval of this item.
Awesome.
I move to approve the contract and to authorize the commission chair to execute the contract as discussed on the record.
Very good. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I second.
Excellent. Motion and a second. Any last minute conversation? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Aye. Passes unanimously. It's a tough crowd, Chris, but
Yeah.
you made it. Thank you very
Thank you.
much. We appreciate it. All right. Moving on. We'll move on to item number 13, which is commissioner comments or announcements and requests for information. No action will be taken and no discussion among the members or with staff will take place during this item of the agenda. Do any members of the commission have comments, announcements, or requests for information? All right, hearing none, we will move on to item number 14, which is the final opportunity for public comment. The public is invited at this time to comment on any matter that's not specifically included in the agenda as an action item. No action may be taken on a matter raised under this item of the agenda. Is there any public comment at this time? All right, hearing none, we will move on to item number 15, which is to adjourn. The time is 9:35, not a record, but expeditious nonetheless. Thank you, everyone, for your help and attendance, and this meeting is adjourned.